For a lot of us, just hearing the word brings back terrible memories of confusing rules and red ink all over our school papers. But today, we're going to completely strip all that anxiety away and turn those dry rules into a seriously empowering toolkit.
I absolutely love this quote, so let's just dive right into this metaphor. Grammar isn't about restriction. It's actually about knowing your chess pieces so you can strategize and ultimately win the game. Think about it. If you don't know how a knight moves, you literally can't plan a winning attack. In the exact same way, if you understand what your words are designed to do, you gain total, absolute control over your sentences. So, here's our game plan for today. We'll hit 1. Why grammar actually matters. 2. The core building blocks. 3. A deep dive into nouns and pronouns. 4. The heart, verbs and articles. And 5. Building basic sentences.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1. Why grammar actually matters, the foundation.
The real reason to master these rules is what we like to call the 4 C's. It's not just about passing some test. Good grammar guarantees clear communication, which stops awkward misunderstandings in their tracks. It builds your credibility, especially in professional spaces. It seriously boosts your comprehension so you can decode tough, complex writing. And at the end of the day, it gives you confidence, that feeling of speaking or writing without constantly second-guessing yourself.
Moving right along to Section 2, the core building blocks, mapping the board.
Okay, so here they are. These are the main parts of speech, the fundamental raw materials of absolutely everything you say. Now don't panic, you don't need to memorize this whole grid right this second, but just look at the variety. We've got nouns to name our world, verbs for the action, adjectives to add some color, and interjections for those sudden bursts of emotion like, wow! Once you can start picking these pieces out, it's like seeing the matrix behind every single sentence.
Now here's where it gets kind of fascinating. The exact same word can play a totally different role depending on its context. Take the word run. In the first sentence, I run, it's the action, right? It's a verb. But look at the second one. I go for a run. Suddenly, it's become a thing. It's a noun. So context is everything here. It's all about how the piece moves on the board, not just what it looks like.
All right, Section 3, deep dive. Nouns and pronouns.
Nouns are arguably the most common players on the board. They name everything, literally everything. Notice how they range from proper nouns, those specific, capitalized names like Cairo or Apple, all the way down to concrete nouns you can actually touch, like a table. But hey, don't forget the abstract nouns. Ideas and feelings, like freedom or love. Yep, those are nouns too. And of course, you need to know how to multiply these nouns. Usually you just slap an S on the end, book becomes books, and call it a day. But you really gotta watch out for the rule breakers. Sometimes an F changes to VES, like leaf to leaves. And then you have the totally irregular ones. A mouse becomes mice, and a child becomes children. They're tricky, but you'll get the hang of them for sure.
Next up, we have pronouns. Think of these as our strategic shortcuts. They step in so we don't sound like broken records repeating the exact same names over and over again. Without them, we'd be saying super clunky stuff like, Ahmed went to Ahmed's office to get Ahmed's bag. Instead, we just swap in his, and boom, the sentence flows perfectly.
This right here shows exactly why knowing your pronouns is a game changer. English has subject pronouns that do the action and object pronouns that receive it. You can't just mix and match them. See how him is the correct object receiving the book? If you mix them up and say to he, it just sounds off, right? It's a super common error, but once you know the piece's specific job, it's an easy fix.
Let's jump into Section 4, the heart, verbs and articles.
Simply put, without a verb, you do not have a complete sentence, period. They are the absolute active heartbeat of your communication. You've got action verbs showing what someone is physically or mentally doing. But, and this is cool, you also have linking verbs. They act kind of like an equal sign, connecting a subject to its description. Like when you say, the soup seems delicious. Now within the verb world, the verb to be, am, is, are, was, were, is hands down the most utilized verb in the English language, but it's a bit of a shapeshifter. It requires careful matching depending on your subject. We is plural, so it absolutely 100% demands the plural past tense were. Saying we was breaks that fundamental rule of agreement. Okay, moving to articles, those tiny little words a, an, and the.
This one trips up so many people. The crucial secret about choosing between a and an is that it depends entirely on the sound of the next word, not the spelling. Check out a university. It starts with the vowel letter U, but it sounds like a Y. University, so it takes an A. On the flip side, an hour starts with a consonant, but the H is silent, giving it a vowel sound, so it gets an. It's literally all about the audio flow.
Which brings us to Section 5, Building Basic Sentences.
So, every complete English sentence needs at least a subject and a verb. The subject is your actor, the verb is your action. Simple enough. But the classic go-to structural move in English is subject plus verb plus object. SVO. Who is doing it, what are they doing, and what is receiving that action?
Just look at how beautifully these individual pieces snap together to make a crystal clear thought. My sister is the subject actor, gave is the action verb, and a beautiful gift is the direct object being given. Once you start seeing sentences as this logical sequence of specific pieces, the whole mystery just completely disappears.
Before you finish your turn and finalize your sentence, you should always run it through these non-negotiable rules. Did you capitalize the first letter? Does your singular subject actually match your singular verb? Does it express a fully complete thought, or is it just a fragment? And lastly, did you lock the whole thing down with the correct punctuation at the end?
Okay, pop quiz time. Let's test those new skills directly. What role is the word slept playing in the sentence, "The cat slept all afternoon"? Take a second. Think about what it's doing in the context of the cat and the afternoon.
Well, if you guessed verb, you hit the nail on the head. It's the action. And actually, to be hyper-specific here, it's an intransitive verb. Why? Because the cat didn't sleep something, it just slept. No object required. See, you are already successfully identifying the pieces in play.
You guys have built a tremendous foundation today. Now that you've got this grammar toolkit, I challenge you. Look around at the emails you're writing or the articles you're reading today. Try to spot the nouns, the verbs, and those SVO structures just hiding in plain sight. And ask yourself, now that you know the pieces and the board, are you ready for the next level? Are you ready to master the complex flow of time itself when we tackle verbs and tenses next time? Keep practicing, and I'll see you then.